CEO of Owen Consults, I will advise that if you need to get in contact with him, get in contact with him. You know, he is being an emotional intelligence coach for years, just like he's been saying now. And we've got so much that we've learned so far. Now, if you're just coming in, just joining us, I will advise that you go back, listen to this live stream. It will help you. If you don't want to use it for yourself, like I said, use it for someone else, because we've got lots of YouTubers, like I said now. You can share that document with us, or they contact you directly so that you plan. Because sometimes people come into YouTube is not what they came in that they are seeing. And the stress of getting the video ready, putting it online, and then you're thinking the video is going to go viral one day, and then you just look at it, nothing is happening. You see, now if you've not listened to my episode on my video on how to sell anything to anyone at anywhere at any price, I will advise you to listen to it, because it will help you plan. You see, so I think we'll definitely need that tool. I'll call it a tool that
Okay.
you use, yeah, so that we can put it to work too. Now, one other question. Now, I know you've already answered this, because I want to say, how can you, as an emotional intelligence coach, support someone with stress?
All right. Okay, that's a very good question, and really, that's part of the job we do. Because when I see what happened to people as a result of them not being able to manage situations of life, is very painful. Somebody having stroke, somebody having mental breakdown and things like that as a result of stress is very painful. So I prefer to meet them before that situation. So if I come in contact with someone going through stress, it's just to let them know there's a solution. Really,
Yeah,
some of the things that they are going through may just be some things that some people may also, including you that is talking to them, may be having the same challenge. For instance, if
yeah,
somebody is complaining their children is running around, the house is not as quiet as they want. That's what's causing them stress. Really, that
yeah,
a lot of people can identify with that. So
yeah,
it's first of all to let them know there is hope, there is solution, calm them down, and then work some things out. Like I said before, sometimes it's just people's way of responding. That's the way they have learned to respond to situations of life. They have been trained, maybe growing up. That's the way the parents respond to situations, and that's the way they respond to situations. And such responses are triggered by anxiety, fear, and uncertainty. But then if you calm them down and say, okay, let's look at what the situation is, and then what are the real solutions? What are the really things that can help in this situation, as opposed
yeah.
to things that will complicate the issue and they don't solve the problem. So you get them through self-awareness, and then get them through maybe self-management, and then see how even their upbringing, the job they do, can be part of maybe the problem without them knowing it. So first of all, you work on them as an individual, but improve them, and then you look at the situation they're going through and see how you can, the solutions that are available. There are things that may not have, just like I've been saying, reiterating about COVID-19. Anybody stressing about lockdown, you can't control that. Even the people in authority, they still have to meet to agree on what to do. Yeah. So you channel your energy to where the things you have control over. Yeah. So it's one of those things
And
we help people to do.
this is good, because you see, you made one comment. Now, channel your energy to
Mm.
what you do better, because the
Yes,
more you
things you
do
can
it, you become
control.
a specialist in that area.
That, exactly.
Is that's the I think that's the if you've not taken anything out of this live stream today, channel your energy to what you do better. If you're a chef, go for it.
Mm.
If you are into accounting, do it more. If you are into singing, do it more. You see, the thing about it is this: people might not appreciate you now, but when you get to a time, people will definitely appreciate you. Someone asked me a
Mm.
question. He said, how do you become a consultant? He was asking me because I'm a health and safety consultant. I said,
Mm-hmm.
years of experience, years of
Yeah.
working, years
Yeah.
of CPD, and so many things. Then I now said, you know what?
Exactly.
If you come in as a health and safety advisor into health and safety, your salary might start at maybe 35, 45, or 40. If you become health and safety lead, it will improve. But if you become a health and safety consultant, you will still get more. If you become the health and safety director, better. So we are talking about money here now, which takes me to the next question. How much do emotional intelligence coach charge per hour or per session? Now, remember, we've got 30 minutes free for anybody, everyone who has stayed from beginning right down to the end.
Well, I would take it as a generic question. You're not asking me for my charges. Definitely. Yeah, I believe.
Not your charges.
Yes. Because from the trainings, some of the trainings we have, we look at the value we are providing, right? So that's a different skill entirely.
Yeah.
What will somebody pay to save themselves from mental breakdown? What will somebody pay to save themselves from, breaking their relationship, their marriage? When marriages break, children get a lot of things do happen on the children, particularly the
Yeah.
impact. There are a lot of things in these things we talk about, which is why I keep talking about them. So broken marriages is very damaging to the two people involved, and particularly to the children. So it's not something I love to see. So people, like what you're saying, somebody has this a lot of degrees just because of lack of self-confidence. They have not been able to move forward or get a job. Okay, somebody has been in a particular level, band, whatever, in NHS for years, and it's becoming frustrating now, because what I've noticed is that when people are on that band for a long time, they have gone to interviews, and they are not making progress. They just, they waking up to go to that job becomes very, very painful for them, and they're still there.
Yeah.
So all these things are things you begin to look at. You see that the work we do, you can't really quantify it in monetary terms. But
Yeah.
what I say to your question, in direct answer to your question, I mean, a lot of people can answer. This is not in any way criticizing anybody, but then when it comes
You
to
can give
emotional
us an
intelligence,
average, maybe an
well,
average salary, average
yeah,
payment per session.
I mean, I wouldn't want to put people away with figures, because that's my secondary purpose. My first purpose or intention, which is why I love what I do, is the change I will see in this person. If I see
Oh,
somebody that
that's good.
really needs to, that really need the value, know the value of what we do, we are happy to help them. All right. So then, when you talk about charging, I mean, in terms of coaches, you're looking at we can get coaches for £30 an hour, 50. But people like me who have been here for a long, really, it depends again. I wouldn't want to be calling figures, because, like I said, I don't want to put people away.
Okay.
But we
Okay.
can we can
Okay.
open that up for discussion. Yeah, it's always
For
open to
negotiation.
discussion, for negotiation.
Okay. Good.
And I don't want that to put people away. Like the
Okay.
30 minutes talk, that might just be what you need, because the things I've seen is that, and when it comes to something like emotional intelligence, when I do just emotional intelligence presentation, the free presentation I do, people recognize some people, that's what just they need, and they begin to work on themselves. Right. So
Wow.
somebody, maybe what you need is just this 30 minutes. And some people
Yeah.
who need something longer, then we can work it out. So I don't
That's
want people
good.
to be put away by, and that's one of the things why people don't go for help. It's too expensive. I can't afford him. I can't afford her. And I don't want to put out figures there that will put people away. I don't have this amount. Just
Wow.
ask for help first, and then we'll begin to talk about that. And who says
Perfect.
you can't get it? If you have been praying and doing certain things, you might only be able to get it at a price that maybe you have paid for it before now.
So, in other words, you see, I've listened to many emotional intelligence videos, some of them read some books, but you've given us an in-depth understanding of what emotional intelligence is here. And I'm so glad that I brought you in to this program, sir. I'm really glad. Thank you so much for being here. But it's just been wonderful, We still got more questions to come in, but I want to just show my appreciation, because the thing about life is this: you are paid not for the time that you put into work. People work for time.
Mhm,
When I was working with
mhm,
NHS, you work 11 or 12 hours. They pay you for the time. But
okay.
when you are a high achiever, I remember when I just, started I got into health and safety, earning so much. And I said, don't you people do overtime? They said, overtime? No, we pay you so much. We can't even pay overtime. so so I said, oh, I thought we do, because when I was working with NHS, oh, we do overtime, long time. I said, man, what's happening? They said, no, not here. We pay you so much, you can't even pay you overtime. You know,
Mm.
so I said, okay, well, that's it. And that was the end of the overtime and the long nights and all the long stress. And, because there is room enough for improvement. There's so much
Yes.
room enough for improvement. So coach, the next question I want to ask you is that what's your advice for
Mhm.
someone who is watching now or who will watch this video, who wants to pursue a career in emotional intelligence coaching?
Right. That's another great question, interesting one. My response to that is please do it today, do it tomorrow, because there's so much need out there that we need to
Hmm.
meet. A lot of people are ignorant of these skills, and that's one of the major difference between what we call EQ, which is emotional intelligence, and IQ, right?
Yeah.
IQ maybe inborn, or people can do just very little to improve it, but emotional intelligence, they're learnable skills. You can train on it. It's just that the way of teaching it is different from the way of teaching maybe cognitive knowledge, right? It deals with different part of the brain, what we call limbic brain. Whereas when you're
Okay.
talking about the other, you're dealing with the what we call neocortex. Yeah? So the training of it is different. It requires repetition, it requires patience, it requires appreciation of the effort somebody's making, which is why it's difficult for people to teach, particularly if they are not trained in that area. So anybody that wants to train this, that's very good skill to have. Not just very skill. It's something that is very gratifying, very fulfilling. As you know, I do a lot of things, and even in those other things I do, I enjoy this because of the impact. Getting this child that was excluded from school, getting him or her back to school, or getting this family to stay together instead of breaking up, moving this person from one level to other, or getting somebody to enjoy their job, or getting somebody who manages people to be able to, help improve people they are managing. All these things are great ways of reward. I don't think, apart from the work I do as a minister, there's no other thing that is more gratifying than seeing me helping people to improve themselves, really. So,
Hmm.
and I love helping people. I love supporting people, and that's what I do. For me, it's not work. I mean, when I do this, I don't call it work because it's just what I love to do. I want to see people get better. I want to see somebody they say can't go to school. So I want to see somebody who they say can't get a job. I want to see somebody who say can't stay in marriage, make that marriage work. So all these things are the things that give me joy. And if that is what you enjoy, it's the way you are. You love to support people. You want to see people improve. Please go for it. And it's not difficult. It's just that you need to, adapt a lot in terms of, because it needs to become part of you. When you're teaching this or training people, they have to see it in you, because emotional intelligence is one of those things people learn by observation also. All right. So
Okay.
really, I'm saying anybody that wants to go into it, really, the highest achievement in life is when you begin to serve people. Right.
That's it.
That's the highest level of achievement in life. When now
Yeah.
what you're thinking of is, okay, the service I'm giving to people, which is why, as I was saying, let's not use money to put people away. So if you have that heart to help people, to support people, to
Yeah.
see people get
Yeah.
better, I
Yeah.
will say, please, this is the best role. This is the best profession you can get into, and it pays very well, very well,
Hmm.
very very well. Yes,
Wow.
very very well. Yes.
Wow. So in other words, what I would say is this, if there's anyone here in this live stream now, and you say you want to become an emotional intelligence coach, please get in contact with me and I'll link you up with Coach Owen so that because now what you've done for us is that you've created an avenue for mentorship. So, in other
Yeah.
words, we come in, we come work for you, then you mentor us. I have many people who are coming to health and safety. When they come in, I tell them, you've got to work for me. You've got to work in projects with me because it will help you get the skills that you need.
Yeah.
And you see, majority of Africans or ethnic minority coming from overseas, that's what they lack. When they come in here,
Mm-hmm.
they tell them we can't give you a job because you don't have the knowledge,
Yeah.
skill, and experience. But working
Yeah.
with a mentor as a
Exactly.
mentee will give you that avenue to quickly get into that job. Thank you so much for that, sir. I really appreciate
Absolutely.
that. This